Scoops in the 6.
Listen, man, I want to do it. Let's do it again. One more time. Footy.
But now I do nothing again.
Yo, man. Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's go.
Boom, boom. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we back, baby. So
we're
listen.
doing it again.
No, we're doing it again. I'm too excited to talk about this because we talking about match day.
We see what one win does?
Yeah. That's cool now. Yeah. Right, we talking about match day 28 of 38. That means there's only 10 more matches left in this Premier League season, which has been intriguing to say the least. So this is a match day recap. We're just going to go through some matches right now. And we got to start at Old Trafford. All right, with glory, Man United with a 2-0 victory at Everton. Obviously, to be fair, as we know, Everton is struggling right now.
Everton's struggling. Everton gifted you lot 2 penalties. Let's be serious.
Yeah,
let's be serious. They gifted you guys 2 penalties.
But I go take my gifts.
Take your gifts.
I go take my gifts now.
But at the same time, though, 2 penalties in the first half.
Yeah.
Right? Were you lot not able to do anything more?
No, we weren't, and that's the problem. No, facts, man. Listen. So I'm a realist. I love my team. You know I love my team, but I know where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? We are just a team that's in form, a team that's doing well. When you get a team down 2-0, you go on and just bury them. You know, it ended up being a 4-5. But we just don't have that in the bag right now. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that tool. So grateful for the match, and you know what? And for Everton, I mean, they've been dealing with so much. As we know, they had the 10-point relegation. Yeah. Then it got changed. Went down to 6 points. Right, so that got them out of the relegation battle.
They brought themselves out of it already. So,
but they brought themselves, but then they appealed the decision, though. Yeah, right. So they appealed the decision.
They're still struggling.
Right, they're still struggling. But anyways, it's a 2-0 victory for us. Bruno Fernandes takes our pens. He gave Marcus Rashford the second one because we're just trying to get this guy going. I mean, the confidence. He's just been a shadow of who he was last year.
What's happened with him, man?
I mean, you know how he is, man. He pops up and pops in. So.
Okay,
he's one of those players. I mean, he has the talent to be a world-class player, but I don't think I will ever see that because world-class players are consistent, and he's just not consistent.
Fair enough,
you know.
But what is it about Man United giving players big contracts and then them just not doing the business afterwards? It doesn't make sense. It seems like that's like the inevitable.
Well, you know, I'll tell you this. I mean, it's partly that, and it's one, they get these big contracts, but it's also who we're buying because again, we're just finally getting a director of sport to actually have some sort of game plan because we're just spending money. It's like you're going inside a grocery store and you're closing your eyes and say, I want this and this and that, right? Yeah. But, you know, do the pieces fit together? Yeah. No, it's absolutely been ridiculous. And then we have the Manchester price tag because everybody know we got that big money. You know what I'm saying? So we're just,
you're a victim of your own success.
We're a victim of... of our past success, because I ain't seen no success in a hot minute, but it's okay. But yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna continue on. We're hoping. I've given up on Champions League. I don't see that happening with 10 matches. Fair enough. And like I've told you before, I don't want us to have Champions League because realistically, what are we gonna do in the Champions League? Yeah, I'd rather just get kind of focused on the Europa League and competition. We might have a possibility of winning, and we'll see as we have the new Ineos group, Jim Ratcliffe coming in. We'll see what's gonna happen in the new year, the new season, in the summer's transfer window, and see what we could do because a lot of things to clean up there. But it's a 2-0 victory for us, and you know I'm grateful Everton after their the points relegation. I'm glad that they're they're not in that battle. So let's move on to the next one.
Let's please.
Yeah. Listen, man, salty, You're salty.
Next match
just because we're number one in the league.
Bournemouth 2, Sheffield United 2.
When I say number one, we have the most Premier League titles, but that's a whole nother thing.
Now, Sheffield United.
Wait, who we talking about?
Bournemouth 2, Sheffield United 2.
Right.
At one point, Sheffield United were 2-0 up, and you know they need points right now. They need points. But
I don't know. Let me know. It doesn't matter if they get the points at this stage. I think it's a done deal. I'm not sure what the math equation is. Can they get out of it?
Mathematically, they're not out of it yet.
They're not mathematically out of it yet?
They're not out of it yet. No, they're not out of it yet. They're, I believe it's like, 12 or 13 points off Song, but again, it's 10 matches to go. So there's still a lot of points on the table. So they're not mathematically, they're not out of it yet.
Okay, so look at this. So Luton Town, right? So obviously, it's the last bottom 3 teams that get relegated, right? So I think they're mathematically. Well,
they're not.
You got Nottingham. Actually, not mathematically.
There's 10 matches left.
So you have Nottingham Forest at 24, right? Who's just above relegation. Then you have the 3, Luton Town at 21, Burnley at 14, and Sheffield United at 14. Yeah. Right?
So mathematically, they're not out of it.
Yeah, mathematically not out of it.
They're 10 points. They're 10 points back.
You're asking for Nottingham Forest to lose like 8 games. The last 8 of the last 10 matches.
It's an uphill battle.
It's a tough ask.
It's an uphill battle.
But anyways.
But they're not out of it.
Yeah, back to the match.
If they did get the 3 points, obviously that would have made a massive difference. difference for them, would have been a massive thing for them. However,
Right.
they couldn't hold on to their 2-0 lead. Bournemouth came back, 2-2 draw, and a kick in the teeth. I mean, again, it's looking bad for them. It's been looking bad for them for a while. And the fact that they brought Chris Wilder back to try and steady the ship and kind of get some results, and it really hasn't worked out in his favour or their favour at all. They're even looking at, okay, well, do they extend Chris Wilder for next season now? It's looking bad.
No,
it's
it is looking bad.
It's looking bad.
And on the other side of the coin, let's talk about Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, Bournemouth's been running hot and cold sort of thing. So they were fair value for their draw. I'll give them that. They're fair value for their draw.
I would say that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, they're running sort of hot and cold. Now they kind of they're not in a relegation battle, but they're not necessarily challenging for the majors or anything like that at all. So they're kind of,
and we don't expect that from them anyways, right?
Well, here's the thing. When you say that, I think that every team should be
pushing for
as much
at least be pushing for Europa's
there you go.
conference.
We should be pushing for as much as you can.
Of course.
Right? So it's one of those ones where what is okay? Is safety at this point okay? Then okay. You know what I mean? But if that's what you're really shooting for, then what's the trade-off?
I'll tell you right now, that Premier League money is brilliant. That's what you're pushing for. So you stay in the Premier League, you're getting that, you're getting that TV money. Now let's move on to Crystal Palace and Luton Town.
Listen.
All right? 1-1 draw here.
Since Luton has come up, they have, you know what happens? Some teams get promoted to the Premier League, then they want to bring in a ton of players, change up their identity, change everything they were doing before, change what their success before. Luton has very much stayed par for the course. These lads do not stop. They literally stand by the ethos of play to the final whistle. Late equalizer.
Literally.
Which is, and it's amazing though.
6 minutes of added time.
Yes, you don't stop. You don't stop. You keep playing. They've stuck with their identity. It doesn't matter who they've even been playing against. It doesn't matter. They stuck with their identity. They have a way that they want to be playing. I give them full credit. So I'm actually happy to not see them in a relegation battle, because I want to see them again around next year. I want to see them have that continued success, because they've been a joy to watch.
Yeah, no, it's these stories are fun. These definitely stories are beautiful to see. Obviously, then what we have here, we have Wolves and Fulham.
Mate,
2-1. So let's just get into it really quickly. 2-1. All right.
Yeah.
For the Wolves to beat Fulham.
Yeah. Neto injured again. I feel for him, man. He's such a talent.
What?
Neto is such a talent.
Of course. Neto. Yeah, no, he is. The Portuguese.
Injured again, though. You mean, came off. He was sprinting for a ball, hamstring pulled up. You mean? And those are the worst ones. It's not a tackle.
Right.
I mean, you've pulled yourself and said, no.
Yeah. No. You see right away. It's I can't push on.
Gutted for him, man. He's such a talent, but the injuries, man. His injuries over his career while he's been at Wolves.
It's plaguing him. Yeah, plaguing him straight up. It's interesting. I will be, scoring some goals lately. Interesting, man. For those who don't know, just a fun fact, there's a guy named JJ Okocha. All right, this guy was unbelievable back in the days. Played for Nigeria, played for Bolton, and honestly, if he went to a bigger club, his loyalty to the smaller club is the reason why you don't know more about him. But check him out on YouTube. His highlights. That man dribbling, really lambaste balls. Played for PSG and then came to the Premier. But anyways, that's his little nephew. I will be.
It's honestly a sin and a crime that JJ Okocha doesn't have a Premier League title, or just more trophies to his name.
The guy was
phenomenal talent.
Brilliant. So let me tell you, brilliant player.
And there's a whole thing about as to why certain big clubs didn't pick him up from back then as well. We'll get into that.
Yeah, that's a whole
next one.
But anyways, do your homework, all right? JJ Okocha, trust me on that. Yeah. So anyways,
and then last match for the Saturday in the Premier League was Arsenal taking on Brentford. North London versus West London. You know what I mean?
What a match again! Yeah. Back to the title race. Yeah. Puts Arsenal on top on goal difference. 2-1. Declan Rice, man, he's in the scoring business. I gotta give him his credit where credit is due, because at West Ham, obviously in that formation and the way that they played, he had to be more of a defensive role naturally because it's West Ham. And coming to Arsenal, initially you weren't seeing that from him, But lately, he's been starting to come out, and you're gonna see these goals. And it's, I mean, got credit to Decky. Decky's been, he's doing a job. He's doing a job for them.
Well, I'll say like with Declan Rice,
still 100 million. I don't know about 100 million.
No,
I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna tell you, but that's the English. That's the English tag. That's the English price tag.
He didn't match that price tag.
No.
And at the same time, But
I gotta salute him.
I thought he was overhyped. However, what Declan Rice has done has just been consistent.
Yeah.
And as a player, I'll give him credit for that. He's been consistent all the time. Missing in a few big matches, which again is consistent. Because even at West Ham, missing a few big matches. But at the same time, he's been consistent over the season. So I'll give him his credit.
Yeah. And then, of course, another guy who got a lot of criticism for them, Kai Havertz, coming over from Chelsea. Initially Arteta playing him a different role as more of a midfield position. He's starting to score some goals for them, and this was a huge goal for them. We're going to see where this goes, because they won 2-1. This was literally in the 86th minute for Arsenal to go ahead. All of those gooners back home and all the gooners watching, I know you're happy, goddamn. Enough of my cousins are gooners. So the Arsenal fans are really happy right now. Yeah. And, I got credit to do, like you said. They've been finding a way. They've been scoring lots of goals, as we said.
A ton of goals, man. They've been since February, a ton of goals, man. A ton of goals. So credit for them.
Yeah, credit for them right now. So 2-1 for those guys, and the EPL race continues.
Yes, man. It's getting mad. Moving into Sunday, Aston Villa taking on prime Barcelona.
This guy, stop this, man. Stop this.
What? Who's this Spurs team?
Yo, man, this is nuts.
Is this the same Spurs team that won the league in October?
Stop this.
Oh, my days. 4-0 winners over Villa.
Unbelievable, man.
Hell.
Listen.
Charlie, what happened, man?
Listen. Too cool. Can we talk about it? Yo, the Villains have just found out, a slope in form at a crucial time as well.
Yes.
I mean, it is expected. This is the first time kind of pushing on in this degree. So, I mean, listen.
But that hit there with Unai Emery, which I think is a phenomenal manager.
Hands down.
He still has Villa sitting in the Champions League positions. I think they'll see it out to end in the top 4. Even with this big loss.
Yeah.
Aston Villa in the top 4.
Okay, I think Tottenham are going to creep up on them. It's between those two, but I think Tottenham are going to creep up on them.
Aston Villa holds that top 4 position.
We will see.
Absolutely.
All right?
Absolutely.
But, I mean, great. I mean, Maddison is back. Remember, Maddison was injured for these guys. He's scoring. I mean...
Talented player as well.
It's interesting. I saw Heung-min Son at the Asian Cup. Yeah. And I've seen him twice at the Asian Cup, and he's pretty good there. But it's just something about when he puts on the Tottenham, when he's playing in the EPL, he's just a different level, Yeah. But I mean, I just, and what's the name of the manager from Australia? I forget his name. Why is it escaping me?
Postecoglou.
That's right, Postecoglou. I mean, what a job he's doing. Because Unai Emery's doing fantastic. We know it. He's a proven guy, winning the Europa League plenty of times.
Yep,
but,
absolutely.
I mean, for this guy to come into the EPL and take this Tottenham team right now, that everybody's feeling. He's done well, man. He's definitely done well with these guys. So 4-0 for Tottenham. Yeah. I think they're gonna get 4th.
Nah, Villa staying 4th.
We gon' see. Anyway, we gon' see.
Next up, Brighton hosting Nottingham Forest, getting a 1-0 win over Nottingham Forest. Do you know what I mean? Now, with Nottingham Forest, that's another manager who I rate very highly. Nuno Espirito Santos.
Yeah.
I rate.
He's had a tough go with the last, because he was speaking of Tottenham, he was at Tottenham.
He was at Spurs, and he didn't win that battle with Harry Kane.
No,
Harry Kane tried,
and that was a distraction. Battle. No, of course, it's a big distraction.
If Nuno Santos was given full value and full reign, basically, and he won that whole Harry Kane power struggle
saga. Mm-hmm.
Santos would still be there because he would have done stuff with Tottenham. He's a great manager. Great manager.
Well, I mean, he's trying his best with Nottingham, and he knows what he's dealing with over there at the end of the day.
He'll fix him up.
We'll see what's going on. But Brighton, on the other hand, I mean, again, last year they were pushing, they were doing really good. I mean, they're just kind of in the middle of the league right now, and it is what it is with those guys.
It's a weird one because De Zerbi had them doing bits
at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, definitely.
Even beginning of the season right now, but now sitting in the 8th spot. Now they're chasing Europa Conference League, right? So it's one of those ones where what's happened? Are you staying the course? You're not staying the course. And yes, they've lost obviously a lot of their top players. You mean?
Yeah, Caicedo, McAllister.
You mean
and they're always losing players, right?
They're always losing players.
But they've done it. But I mean, whoever's been great, the recruitment's been incredible. To do that. But and really quickly, just one more thing I want to touch on them. Speaking of recruitment, the player that was doing pretty good in the La Liga for Barcelona, Ansu Fati.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to do better here, but I mean, it just shows you again. La Liga and the EPL are two different things. In terms of speed and just adjusting to the
adjustment.
Adjusting to the league. Because I think he's a great player.
Oh, he's great.
Great player, and he's still he's trying to adjust. Similar
It
to
is.
Nunez with your Liverpool. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that guy, I don't know, man. Well, let's talk about that game.
No,
Then we can get there.
no.
Yeah.
Then West Ham 2, Burnley 2.
We'll get to that one after.
Burnley fighting for their lives. You think it's done for them as well? Initially, with what Burnley did in the Championship, it was heralding Vincent Kompany, saying like, he's a great manager, blah 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 blah. Did they buy too much? You mean like what's your take on what's happened with Burnley? Their drop off.
I mean,
They're struggling.
Right now, it's just one of those things where, number one, sometimes they're in games and they could have won the games, but the game's such a game of fine margins in the EPL, you know, and you losing those points. The games that they had chances to win some of the games and just weren't able to take that, take the opportunity, seize the opportunity, and it's just been a string of just matches where they, I'm not saying they were in all the games, but they shouldn't be this bad,
But should they be better? Right? You're saying they shouldn't be this bad, but should they be better? Do they have enough to really be better? You mean like it's one of those ones? So coming up against West Ham, who I'm disappointed in seeing. Yeah, they. I don't know. David Moyes they've taken like a nosedive.
Well, I mean, first of all, they lost Declan Rice, so that just shows the intangible with him because I mean they went to Europa. First time to Europa, and they won Europa, right? So I mean, last year they won the Europa, first time in forever ever they won a trophy. And you lose a big player like Declan Rice, that's good. That's that's a huge thing. Also, what's going on with Antonio Brown? Is he still? What's happened to him? I haven't seen him. Mikel Antonio, sorry, he's been injured.
It's been
he was looking to push on to be a top striker in the league.
Minutes are being managed. He's not young.
Right.
he's not young.
Yeah, true.
So minutes are being managed, right? So it's one of those, and him as well, like injury wise. So minutes are being managed, that sort of thing. He was having a bit of a resurgence at a point, but again, it's injuries and stuff. But David Moyes has enough like football acumen to kind of correct what's happening, but for whatever reason, it's not happening. They've just been in a nosedive. They've been in a serious nosedive. So we'll see.
They're looking forward to the next season. They're looking for the summer transfer window.
His time is looking borrowed.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%.
And then the big match of the weekend, Liverpool versus Man City.
Marquee matchup. What a match this was. I mean, we go deeper into this in our match reaction. We have to talk about that in another video. But, I mean, unbelievable match. 1-1. I mean, we talked about it already. A huge...
Battle of the heavyweights.
A battle of the heavyweights.
100%.
Man, Jurgen Klopp and Pep, last season for Jurgen Klopp, Pep looking to get his 4th straight title.
Not going to happen.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, not going to happen.
These guys looking to win it for Jurgen Klopp.
This is it.
A massive non-call. We both agree already. That was a penalty.
Course, let's be serious.
Naturally a penalty. Unbelievable. Doku, foot in the chest. Don't get the call. And it stays 1-1.
It's one of those matches where sometimes when you have like two heavyweight clashes, they kind of just
cancel each other out. They cancel each other out.
This was a good match. This was a good like toe to toe, middle of the ring, punch for punch. Like it was a good match. It was a good match to watch as a neutral. I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Myself, I watched it out in the Durham Supporters Club, Liverpool Supporters Club out in Durham. Shout out to them lot. And yeah, man, it was good times. It was good times until.
Yeah, until. But you guys look so promising, man. I just want to talk about your boy Nunez,
Mates.
Because this guy, I saw from last year. I said the way, his speed, his pace, his strength, his instinct to get in the right place, it was just phenomenal. It just was not finishing. And what he's doing right now, I think this guy is going to go on to be on some Haaland level. He has potential to be on some Haaland levels, me personally.
Okay, so
I know that's a big... From people you out there, you might not believe that, but if you see the way he positions on his strength, and he could score various goals. Right now, it seems like he can't score the sitter, the easy ones, but when he's on instinct, he's able to score. But I mean, he's always putting himself in the right position. His work ethic is incredible.
He's a different striker.
He is a different striker. I'm just talking about number. He creates so many chances for himself.
That's it. Creates it for himself.
I mean, unbelievable sign for you guys.
With his tenacity and with his non-stop action, creates chances for himself. Whereas you have a phenomenal talent like Haaland, a phenomenal finishing machine like Haaland, you provide him a service and he's going to do what he does and bang it in. With Nunez though, you have those ones where defenders can't. They know they don't have any time on the ball. he's coming. He's going to chase down. He's going to chase down lost causes.
Right.
And that's what you want as a striker.
And that's how we won the. That's how we won the
100%.
penalty.
100%,
Right?
yeah,
Kanji put
100%.
Pass the ball back. You know, he was right there on it. You know,
Yeah,
and you gotta love that. You love a player that works for you. You know what I mean? It's not
put the effort in.
He reminds me of a guy named Wayne Rooney, actually, because Rooney wasn't afraid to do those type of things. You know what I mean? He would do whatever it takes to win the game. And a phenomenal player, man. And so 1-1 right there as we keep it moving. The EPL race continues.
Tough pill to swallow. 1-1 was a tough pill to swallow because we really should have had the win, but it is what it is. Until it ain't.
Until it ain't. 10 matches left.
10 matches.
Yeah, I know you're gonna be watching this Arsenal Man City game next week.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is. I'm excited, man. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely brilliant right now.
It's been a while since it's been a 3-horse race for the title. So it's been a long time, very long time for a 3-horse race.
In forever.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. Because it's been a very long time for a 3-horse race.
No. I mean,
a very long time.
And that's what we love about this, right? That's what we love about the EPL too.
Yeah.
I mean, and any given day, any team could beat anybody. But in terms of at the top of the league, it's been a very long time. So we'll see what's up. I still got you guys to win the league. Arsenal.
Wow.
I know. I can't believe I'm even saying that, but I still got Liverpool to win the league. I think you have the depth, and I think you have the added factor with Jurgen Klopp.
You're bigger than me because if the roles were reversed, I would never say that.
Yeah. But listen, I got a reason for that too, all right? So it's the lesser of two evils, just so we're clear, all right? Right now, all right, Man United has won the league 3 times in a row, all right? Right now, Man City's won the league 3 times in a row. So if they win this year, this will be 4 times in a row. That'll be a record that'll be gone for Man United. So I do not want that to happen. Okay, you guys win the league, though, that'll be 20 titles? No, 19.
No, that'll be 20.
So you'll be tied with us.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd rather take a tie, so at least I'll hold it on to something, some real estate. You understand? While we continue to fix up in the background. So that's what it is right there. Match day 28 of 38.
There's a method to your madness.
Yeah, there's a method to my madness. So just know, you know what I'm saying? I have my intentions. All right? You see me? Anyways,
my brother,
you already know what it is.
Come on, man.
Till next week.
Footy Scoops in the 6.
Six.